Hello traders and welcome to the channel once again. In today's video, we are going to talk about order blocks and reasons why your order blocks what keeps failing. If you have been struggling with how to use order block or how to spot order blocks on the market, this particular video is going to help you to understand some of the reasons why your order blocks what keeps failing. Most traders have been what using order blocks, but they keep losing money on the market. So the question now becomes, why does your own order blocks what keeps failing? Sometimes you might think that order block what doesn't work at all, but that is not what the issue. Other blocks actually what works, but if you don't have proper understanding about it or understand certain concepts, you might what always be trading or using what's wrong order blocks on the market, hence keeps losing or getting stop out of your trade. So kindly ensure you watch this particular video to the very what end so that you will what understand order blocks what properly. So when we talk about order blocks, they are simply zones or areas in the market where you can spot what orders. All right. How to spot it or how most people understand it is that it is the last what candle, all right, that causes what the last opposite candle that causes what an impulsive what move. All right. So if we have an impulsive move like this, the last opposite candle over there or that causes the impulsive move becomes what your order block. All right. But when trading with order block, there are various reasons or some factors that you need to also what consider. And I'll be explaining some of them so that you will understand. Now, the first one that I'm going to talk about is what the trend of the markets or market structure. So when you are trading with what, or when you are spotting what your order blocks, it is very important that you consider what the trend of the market. If we are having or if market is bullish and you are spotting or you are taking what you are spotting what you are choosing a bearish what order blocks from a bullish market, the possibility of you what being taken out of your trade is very hot. It's very, very high. So always you need to consider what the structure of the market. It is very important that you consider the structure of the market. If you don't understand market structures, you can watch a lesson on how to understand all the market structure mastery what series. So most traders normally pick their order blocks what against the trend of the market, and that is one of the reasons why you keeps on what failing or your order blocks what keeps on failing. Same way in a bearish market, all right, the picks what or you might be picking what or trying to spot bullish order blocks what from the market, and hence you get or you keep what getting stopped out of the market. So in trading, there is a saying that the trend of the market is what is your friend. So always you ought to pay attention to the trend of what of the market. If you keep on trading against the trend of the market, always you are going to what get yourself being what taken out of your trade. And you might be wondering if order blocks are or if order blocks truly works or if they don't what they don't work. Sometimes um it's because you do not understand the structures what properly. You go to your lower time frame or you spot what a change in market what structure from what your lower time frame. So you decide to trade or follow the structure that you are seeing over there, the structure that you are seeing what from your lower time frame. All right, as a bearish market, as a bearish market, and still what keeps as a bearish market, but what you see is that you might see market what reversing. You might see market to reverse and take you out from what your trade. So your understanding what the trend or the structure of the market is a very important factor that you need to consider whenever you are what trading, or whenever you are what trading or picking your what your order block. So market structures is one of the reasons why your order blocks might be failing. So anytime you are picking what your order blocks, you need to what consider market structure. Now the second thing that we are going to talk about is or the second reason why your order blocks keeps failing is that some traders or most traders sometimes try to pick their order block from a consolidating market or an accumulation what market. In trading, we have three phases of what market. All right, we have the accumulation, we have the accumulation phase, and also we have what the distribution or what the expansion what phase, and also we have what the correction what phase as well. So normally, or most of the times, when you try choosing your order block from the accumulation area or what accumulation phase, the probability of you what seeing yourself being taken out of the market is what very what higher. All right, it's very what higher if you are choosing your order blocks from what accumulation phase, because during an accumulation phase, all right, it is now that market is trying to what accumulate orders, and what you normally see is that market what keeps creating what equal highs and what equal lows, and also there are a lot of what stop hands around the area or during this particular phase. So if you are trying to pick your order blocks, whether it's a bearish order block or a bullish what order block, most of the times you will see that market keeps what taking you out before reversing. Sometimes market can what even go a little further. All right, market can go what a little further above what the previous high before what a reversal. So another reason why your order blocks keeps failing is that maybe you keep picking your order blocks from what an accumulation phase, especially from what the lower time frame, and after some few hours you would spot yourself or you see yourself what being taken out. Also, the third reason why that your order blocks may be failing or keeps on failing is your understanding about what liquidity. There is a saying that it's either you are able to see the liquidity, or if you are unable to spot what the liquidity, then what you are what the liquidity. Markets do not just move, all right. Most of the times, market what sweeps what liquidity before the actual movement what happens. So if you are unable to spot what liquidities in the market, if you are unable to spot what liquidity in the market, you are always going to find your trade being taken out. For instance, we have what a structure what like this. We have what a structure like this, and then we are having this zone over here, and you pick the zone as what your order block, but let's say there's what another order block below this particular zone, making this particular one a liquidity. But because you do not understand liquidity, or you don't know how to spot liquidity in the market, you just pick this area as what your order block, because some factors or some confirmations that or because you saw what market breaking structure from that particular zone, you thought or you think that this is what a valid what order block, but this zone might be what a liquidity zone. All right. And the main order block might be what's below the zone. So also you need to understand what liquidity and how to spot them in the market. These are three important what concepts that you need to what understand them properly, or can be some of the reasons why your order blocks what keeps what failing. Now let's check let's check the chart, and let's see, or let's see a live example from the market. All right, so now over here we can see that market was what we had a very strong what bearish market from this zone. As we are having what a bearish market, if we go down to the we go down to a lower time frame, if we go down to what a lower time frame, and we try what taking what trade, for example, over here, you can consider this one as what a structure break, and maybe this zone to be what your order block, and may want to what have your target above, depending on where you were targeting. All right, so let's say this was what our target. From here you see that price gave what a slight movement to the upside, but later what reverses back and get us what stop out. So sometimes because you see price rejecting from the zone a little bit, it makes you think that the order block that you picked was valid, but you were taking out, we call it manipulation, or some you might be convincing it to be what due to manipulation, due to whatever. But here you can see that the direction of the market is what bearish, and that is the reason why this order block what fail. Let's see if we can spot another what example. All right, so yeah, you can also see that we have this order block. So we have another block over here. All right, market just reacted a little bit from there, and then we saw market what reversing. All right, so anytime that you are, maybe you wanted a counter trade to this maybe bearish order block before what taking what your trade. So anytime that you are picking what your order block, you need to consider what the structure of the market. If market is what bullish, If market is what bullish, you need to pay attention to what bullish order blocks. The bullish order block that market will be what will be providing. All right. If we are in a bullish market, you need to focus on what bullish order block, bullish what order blocks only. And if we are in what bearish market too, you focus on what bearish order blocks as well. Also, another reason why your order block might be failing is because you might be what trading what the wrong market phase, which is what the accumulation phase, because during this particular phase, market do not just what or market do not give any clearer what move. All right, any clearer move. All that market does is what range within what a particular phase. So if we consider this phase, see over here as an example, let's go to the lower time frame. So if you go to the lower time frame over here, you can actually spot some minor order block within what the accumulation phase. And this sometimes traders try to what take advantage of what the wants to take advantage of what accumulation phase mapping or marking minor order blocks like this. Minor order blocks what like this. Mm, in the minor order blocks and others in the market, all right. But mostly you are going to find yourself what being taken out. So when market is accumulating, you ought to stay what away from the market or wait for what a clearer what direction of the market instead of trying to what trade or trying to what take advantage of what of the accumulation phase in the market. So let's say with this one, maybe you were expecting market to go upwards. All right. From here, we can see some minor break-off structures from this particular hot zone. So you try what mapping what or mapping your order blocks, or you try mapping what a bullish what order block, but there haven't been what any clearer move. So all that you will see or all that you can use find yourself your trade being taken out. All right, after some move. Why? Because on your higher time frame, or when you come to what your higher time frame, all that market is doing or what is happening over here is that this is just an accumulation phase of the market. This was just an accumulation phase of the market. All right, this was just an accumulation phase of the market. So you ought to wait for what a clearer what direction of market to trade instead of what trying to take advantage of what the accumulation. So another reasons why your order block might be failing is that maybe you've been trading or you mostly pick your order block from what an accumulation area or accumulation phase of the market. Let's see if I can spot another what um accumulation in the market. So always pay attention to the phase of market, whether market is what accumulating orders there is what? An expansion, all right, or there is what? An expansion, or there is what? A correction. If market is what? Accumulating, or if market is consolidating, there is no need for you to be, or you will always find your orders being what? Violated by market. Sometimes market may go above the zone or the previous high or low. So always wait for what? A clearer what? Expansion. Once market starts giving you what? A clearer structure with what? An expansion, then you can start what? Choosing your order blocks from what? The expansion what? Phase. Also, the next part is what? Liquidities. All right. The next part will be what? Liquidities. So liquidities are very important when it comes to what? Trading. If you don't, or if you're unable to spot what? Liquidity, you will always become the liquidity of the market. Liquidity happens in what? Many ways. All right. We have equal. We have what? The equal highs and lows. All right, we have the equal highs, we have the trend line, we have so many types of what? Liquidity. So when picking what your order blocks, you also need to consider what? Liquidity. Either the whether the order block that you choose is the liquidity itself, or there is what? A liquidity what? Before your what? Order block the market is going to what? Is going to pick. If you don't understand this concept or this liquidity concept properly, you are always going to what? Find yourself being taken out by the market. So these are some of what the reasons why your order block might be what? Might be failing in the market. So try backtesting, or try towards backtest them properly. For example, all right, this is another block over here, but what? We saw markets violating that particular what? Order block, or market what? Violating this particular order block, because this is what? A liquidity, all right, and there is what? An actual what? Order block. There is an actual order block below this particular one, although that order block, or this order block what? Broke structure from here, yet market still what? Violated what? This zone, and then mitigated this particular zone. So if you don't understand liquidities in the market, you are always going to be what? Picking your order block from what? The wrong zone. So always pay attention to liquidities in the market. All right. Always pay attention to liquidities in the market. So thank you for watching this particular lesson. I hope this helps you to solve your challenges with choosing what? Order blocks. Please, if this lesson helps you, kindly ensure that you subscribe to the channel. You click on what? Your notification icon, like and comment under this video. Let's know your challenge with what? Order blocks, and we will what? Respond to you as well. Thanks for watching.